windy today, but it feels good. Yeah. Woo. Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to say, call on Yahawa, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekakwadash, the great Ali Shagid of Israel, the great I am, the possessor of heaven and earth, and of the spirits of heaven and earth. Also coming before him, also giving our praises to his son, Yahweh Shai, the Adonai, the Hamashiach, the light of this world, the one who died for Israel and rose to sit to become his father's royal right arm, my Redeemer, my Comforter, and my salvation, and the only one that pleaded his blood over Israel, the only nation, granted for his salvation. Hallelujah to that. Shout out the great millstone, the ones that give me this secret wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, not only to get me to go back to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Shai, but to prepare me for these strange times ahead, prepare me for these dark times ahead, and these wondrous times ahead. Shout out. They work around the clock to let us know what's going on through the breakdown of precepts, giving you history, letting you know what words actually mean, and giving you the latest news that contributes to prophecy. Shout out to those men. Shout out to the Akim, the brothers that's in the Word. And you may not be from Great Millstone, you may not be from a camp, and you doing it on your own, such like me. Much love to you, brothers, Much love to the Aquaf. Much love to the sisters. There's not a lot of y'all that's a part of the Word, but those of you guys that's a part of the Word and coming back to the Word, much love to y'all too. Coming back to you with another video through the power and spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, in the name of Yahweh Shai. And this one, it's windy, so I'm hoping that you can hear me. It's windy. And this time I'm going to, the title today is called Mercy, because for those of us that have mercy and that have some sort of favor, from the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, we thankful for that. Be thankful for the mercy that the Lord gives, because when you look at other people in their lives, it can be way worse. And some of them that aren't a part of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, they have it way worse, So, me going through a lot of things that I've been going through in my life, especially now, lately, I had to notice that, it's not so bad. So I had to really make this video because it was important, because I see a lot of my brothers and sisters that are in a bad state, and I'm just thinking Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai that I'm not there, that I'm doing something to please Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. I'm trying to seek his mercy and seek his love and seek his attention and keep that like that, It may not be much, but I keep persevering. And, like he said, the sower, I think he said the story about the sower and the mustard seed. Some seeds that landed on the road, they died. Some seeds that landed on the ground, they dried up. Some seeds that landed on the soil, they didn't penetrate, and the birds came and gobbled them up. And then some seeds that landed and penetrated the soil, they grew, and they grew to become beautiful flowers. So that's the same for the people that's in the Word. Not all of us are made, or not all of us are destined to be with Yahweh. Not all of us are going to make it, but for those of us that are persevering, for those that are trying to make it and, do better in their life and seek Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, which is your whole purpose in life, is to get back to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Much love to y'all. I appreciate the prophets, because they, push you. Personally, they push you, to get you to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, to get you back in his graces, to get you under his wing, especially for those that the Spirit is vibing with, working with. Much love to those prophets, and they deserve Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai's mercy, his love, and they deserve to go, when the time does come, and you can see it in their life that they have mercy, they have favor, from the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, because look at how they knowledge increase, look how they taking care of themselves, look how good they doing in their life. And you observe, like I said, and I always say it, I can never sweat that enough. You observe, when you observe a man, you look at him and everything around him, and that would determine if Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, if you see the Lord working with him. You might spend some time around your family and your friends, and the Most High had given you the sight of the Spirit, and it shows, and it shows you who the Most High is messing with or not, so it could be evident that he can only be working with you and everybody else is just, whatever, so keep that in mind. And no matter how much you try, if a person don't get the truth, then they don't get the truth. If they don't want the word, then they don't want it. They might listen to you every now and then. They might read the Bible on a blue moon. They might ask you some questions here and there. But if it's not applying to their life, then it's just something for them to talk about. And it's a sign that the Most High is blocking their spirit from really getting it, Like the Most High say for Israel, for the elect have obtained it, but the rest were blinded. So it's not a lot of people that the Most High is going to allow to have the word, regardless of what they do, no matter how much they try, and it's scary because I wonder, and I keep pushing in my own way to seek mercy and love from Yahawa Hashem Yahushai, and to show him that I'm there, to acknowledge him, because that's one of the things that you got to do is acknowledge Yahweh. You got to acknowledge the Lord. You can't ignore him, and now more than ever, that's what a lot of our brothers and sisters do. They ignore the Lord, but when it's their time and something bad is happening to them and they need help, they're going to call on the Lord, but the Lord ain't going to answer them. So I'm going to go and get that in Proverbs. That rung a bell in Proverbs. I don't care what nobody do. I don't care what nobody say. I do whatever I want. And what I want to do is seek Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and, please him. I've been doing this for a long time, and I made a lot of mistakes. I even messed up, and I was told not to do it unless I was ready. They was like, at least cut your hair and change your attire, and I had to go through a lot of shit to change. And you got to be able to want the change. You got to be able to want to be with Yahawa Hashem Yahushai. First thing you do is, the Most High say, check your attire, check yourself, and you look in the mirror and you check yourself, metaphorically speaking, and you focus and be like, okay, what are some things that I need to work on? And me, one of the main things that was always keeping me from doing it to the best of my abilities and trying to do it right was the smoking weed. And, I love weed so much during a time of my life to where, I didn't care about nothing else. And I was outside begging for it. I was collecting cans, not like dumpster diving, but collecting cans. I was taking portions of my checks and putting them like $200-300 on weed, and my life was being consumed by the weed, being consumed by the drug that I was doing, and it was destroying me, and it wasn't bettering me. And when I got to the truth, I was more stubborn to try and give it up. So I wanted to do the truth and smoke, and it just didn't work like that. And, they kept telling me about evil spirits and about demons that be on people, and they manipulate them and they persuade them to think that what they do is okay, or what they do is right, or to make themselves feel good, because we all know, that drugs is a escape. It takes off the pressure of the gravity that's on you through life, but is it the right way to go? It's the right way and it's the wrong way to do things, so the Most High had to show me another route. And plus, since I was still new, since I was still fresh, and trying different things that get you high, because the only thing that I did was weed. I read in the Bible to try wine, and when I tried wine, it canceled out the weed for good, and I started to gain control of my conscience, to gain control of myself. And then the Most High, he put it on my spirit. I went through a trip to where I had bad and terrible acid reflux. And it was so bad, it was so terrible that I couldn't drink wine like I wanted to. But I can drink wine if I want to, but, to a certain level. So, my life has been a sober life for the last 2 years now, going on 3 years, amen to that. And keep going on forever and ever until, the Most High call me, But, yeah, man, I had to... it was destroying my life. It was making me worse, it wasn't making me better. And it was sad, bro. Like, I used to go through a lot of shit, you know, and if it wasn't for the Lord's mercy, I would be left there, you know. I would have been left there. But, you know, the Most High had pulled me up out of it, you know, and had changed me and made me a better person. And here I am today, and I no longer, you know, I don't even drink like that. I found other ways to take the stress off myself. I found other things. There's so many other things to do than besides get high and do drugs and waste your life away. So many things to do that can better you and take your mind off that. And like they say, the mind is a terrible thing to waste. And I had to call on the Most High, and I had to make my choice. You know, I was, sorry to get personal, but I had to tell it. You know, I was in the car with this girl, and I was driving and taking her to work, and I had made my decision. You know, like, you know what? I'm gonna put this weed down for good. I'm gonna get rid of this girl because she a hood rat. She ain't nothing for me. She don't mean nothing good. She don't love me. And I'm gonna go back and do the highways and byways thing again. Since I cut my hair and stuff and I changed myself, then I was ready, you know. So I came back out and kept doing that because I knew that in my spirit it was the right thing to do. And, you know, that's all that I know, you know. So let me go to Proverbs, you know, real quick. I always go to Proverbs, but who cares? It's good to reinnovate. Oh, I thought it pressed pause. I'm going to go straight to where I want to go to. I might flip-flop to another part in the book. This old book, I don't even know why. I keep a hold on to it. Old book. And this is why it's important to do the work, because it may be that the Most High may have favor in you and he protects you in your hour of trouble. Now, the hour of trouble is coming. We see all the prophecies leading to it. We see them slowly but surely changing the laws and executing, you know, getting rid of the currency. You know, they are. And it's taking some time because that's how the Lord wanted. But when it's all said and done, you better, you know, make sure that you in between them doors of repentance. You know, you change, meaning that you change and you gave up the stuff that you used to do, especially, and for the men too, because you brothers, the main ones that got to change, you know. And you change your life and you toss away all the stuff that you used to do that was negative, you know. And you pray to Yahawa Shem Yahushai, and you seek mercy and you do the work, so that when the time do come, when you call on the Most High, he hear you and he deliver you. So it says, wisdom called aloud outside. She raises her voice in the open squares. She cries out in the chief concourses, at the openings of the gates and the city. She speaks her words. How long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity? For scorners delight in their scorning. It says, and fools hate knowledge. Turn at my rebuke. Surely I will pour out my spirit on you. I will make my words known to you, because I have called and you refuse. It says, I have stretched out my hand and no one regarded. It says, because you disdain all my counsel and would have none of my rebuke, I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock you when your terror comes. It says, when your terror comes like a storm and your destruction comes like a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, then they will call on me, but I will not answer. It says, they will seek me diligently, but they will not find me, because they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of Yahweh. They would have none of my counsel and despise my every rebuke. Therefore they shall eat the fruit of their own way and be filled to the full with their own fancies, for the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the complacency of fools will destroy them. But whoever listens to me will dwell safely and will be secure without fear of evil. See, so right there, that's importance. And the mercy and the love that the Most High put upon us that call upon him, we are protected, from real trouble and from real problems. And, Yahawa willing that those of us are protected from the time of trouble when it does come. But, for now, the Most High, he got a hinge of protection around some of us. And I had to remind myself that I got a hinge of protection around me because, a lot of stuff the Most High had took off of me so I can be able to, so I can not be destroyed. But he didn't do it for the people that surround me. So I was thinking like, damn, like, my brothers and my sisters, they going through a lot and there's nothing I can do to help them. There's nothing I can't make them change. They got to be able to make that decision on their own, or the worst conclusion for them is that they won't change because the Lord won't allow them to. You got people, like my people, they talk about Yahawa B'Shem Yahushai, but they still smoke and overdrink, evil drunks and doing drugs. And, some people may have stopped smoking, but they abuse the drinking, and it could cause problems in their life. So, it's all sorts of little things that I see in my people that is just like, I'm thanking Yahawa B'Shem Yahushai that I got it in balance and I got everything in check and that I'm all right, And I always promise myself that before I turn 30, that I would change my life, like I cannot be the same person that I was before I turned 30. I should be off the weed, for good. I need to take my ass to the gym before I get fat. I need to take my ass to the gym before I get fat. And I want to keep my head up, focus on Yahawa B'Shem Yahushai, and listen to the prophets and read the Bible and go out to the highways and byways and do the work to the best of my abilities, So I had to make sure that I put myself on that path, the Lord has set for me. All I had to do was walk it. And it, in the beginning, it was kind of hard, but you get used to it, You get used to it. And like the Most High said, the chosen will be tried as gold in the fire, man. So some of us that's coming out of these poverties, and we all know that poverty is a living condition of hell, we coming out and we forge through fire. So, everything that we think that some of our brothers and sisters, or especially the brothers, is going through, to them it's bad, and they crying and they're hooping and hollering instead of being focused and assessing the situation. What we see them going through is what we already been through, and we think that, when you become strong men and you look at these young boys and you look at these younger cats and they suffering and what they going through is nothing, just like, grow your ass up and man up and focus and do what you gotta do as a man to take care of the shit and to solve your problems, because it's a lot of stuff that we have been through that, we see a lot of our brothers and sisters going through, and to us in our eyes, it's not no longer an obstacle. We overcame the stuff that was destroying our lives and the stuff that was destroying us and, hurting us. We overcame it. So we look at them as, you got to grow up. You got to grow some balls, And for women, you got to mature, So it's just like, when you think about it, that those are the weaker ones. Those are the weaker ones. The ones that don't convert, the ones that don't change, those are the weak ones that, Yahawa B'Shem Yahushai is blocking them from them getting the word. It's blocking them from getting the truth and not only getting it, but you got to apply it to your life. You can't be sitting up here, and I hate this shit. Because anybody that know that you into, the Lord, you into Yahawa B'Shem Yahushai, they always want to use it on you. And it's annoying. They always want to play on your feelings, And now I'm fed up with it. I'm tired of hearing that shit. Like, man, shut up. Because if you're not doing nothing with your life, then stop coming on me, trying to play that on me and being like, and then I'll be like, oh, Yahawa B'Shem Yahushai is good. And he like, yeah, I know. And I've been reading the prophecy and I've been reading the Bible. But you just I'm just sorry to point out an example, but you just crashed your girlfriend's car, and I know that you was drunk, and you got to replace her car, and the Most High is on the verge of taking your daughter because you have broke the laws of a court order. So you broke the laws of the court order, and you went to go see the woman that almost brought your daughter to the brink of death. She almost killed her own baby, through racism, and I'm not gonna say no names or nothing, but through racism, because the child came out light-skinned, and he had a child by a white woman. Her family didn't agree, but that don't mean that you treat that child like dirt and you hurt it, So, and they one day the child got beat real bad by her white stepdad because she was black, and he hit her so hard that her stomach split open and she almost died. But they ended up saving her and sewing her stomach back together, and saved her life, But now, and this was the same, and her mom is the same woman that allowed it to happen. And my brother, my people, he went back to that same woman that almost killed his child. And now the court is threatening to take his child and put the child in the system because of what he did. But he want to come around me and talk about God is good and this and that, and I've been reading the Bible and that, and yahawa shimi yahawa, and trying to teach and trying to school people that don't really know. But look at your life. Nothing that the Lord is telling you to do, you're not doing it. It's not applying to you for some strange reason, and your life keep getting worse. So don't come around me talking about yahawa shimi yahawa is good and yahawa shimi yahawa is good, and you don't even listen to the Lord. You don't listen to him at all. So you need to shut the fuck up. I hate when people do that. It's annoying as hell. Don't come bothering me, and don't come sitting there preaching God this and God that to me, and it's not applying to your life. I respect you more if it applies to your life, but if it don't, you might as well just stop doing it if you're not on the work, on the way of changing. That shit is annoying, dog. And that go for anybody that know me. They always want to try and throw God up in my way. Man, God ain't working with you, and you know damn well he not. So why would you come and talk to me about it? And I know damn well he's not working with you. Don't come talk to me about it, because I'm going to tell you something that you need to hear. But you're not going to do it. You're not going to listen. You're not going to listen to me, So, and it's not up to me. But at the same time, can two walk together unless they be in agreement? Okay, if I'm expecting that if I'm this man older brother that he would listen, but the prophets, they dig deep into family and they dig deep into spirits. So it's just just because this person is born, and even if he's your brother or your sister, that don't mean y'all kin. He can be a whole different spirit coming from another place, and just because y'all blood and stuff, that don't mean that y'all the same. So I understand that we different in each and every way. Just because we are part of the same family, that don't mean we kin. So you gotta think about that, and you gotta understand that. And I understand that, and I'm just glad that I'm not like that, to where I'm recklessly having kids and I'm out and I'm wilding about and I'm doing whatever the fuck I want to do. There's nobody to stop me. I don't fear anything. I'm doing whatever I want. And that, what people don't understand is that is consequence. And it's funny, it's like how a female have 2 or 3 kids and, she's not ready. And then 5 to 10 years, on her 2 or 3 kids growing up, she finally give up and realize this is not something that she want to do. But you didn't think about it before you did it, And that's some shit right there. You finally think about your actions after the damage is done, and you can't reverse it. That's like somebody killing somebody else, and they wasn't thinking about it at first, but now they on the run, and the police is going on a manhunt for them. Now they want to be in remorse. Now they want to feel bad. Now they want to feel sorry after they done killed this person, but they cannot do anything to reverse it. They can't do anything to change it. You should have thought about it before you did it, And the Most High, if the Most High was working with you, he would put it in your mind, to stop you before you do something. Don't do it if you know that you're going to suffer the repercussions for it, And it's a lot of brothers and sisters like that, And some of them need to suffer. Hey, that's sad to see. You get sad on seeing people like that, suffering, and whether it's physically, mentally, or spiritually, they suffering, and you will want to help them or try to encourage them to change. But if they don't, and they don't listen to you, and you always telling them stuff to uplift them, showing them some kind of mercy, maybe that isn't a good idea. That's not the good idea to do. Because you straight, that don't mean that they can get straight, Because the Most High got you, that don't mean the Most High is going to protect them. And, you got to be able to realize that wisdom, that not everybody is wanted by God. Not everybody is favored. Not everybody is protected. Now, the Most High, he got plans for a lot of us that are, learning and listening to him and trying to put in work. He got plans for us, but that don't mean that he got plans for the rest of our brothers and sisters. He might not have plans for them. He might not even care about them. He might let them do whatever they want, and when it's their time to go, it's their time to go. That's facts. And it says, this is Proverbs chapter 2. I don't want to keep turning the pages. It's so damn windy. It says, my son, if you receive my words and treasure my commands within you, so that you incline your ear to wisdom and apply your heart to understanding. So if you hear these words, do them, If God wants you to clean yourself up, then you clean yourself up. If Yahweh wants you to change, then you change, If he wants you to do whatever you want to, whatever he needs you to do better, then do it. But you got to apply that shit. Like it says, and heart mean mind, in the Bible. So it's talking about your mind, not your heart, your mind. Incline your mind to it. Apply yourself to doing it. Listen and then do it. It's real simple, but at the same time, it's not, because you got to work, you got to practice that. You got to work on it. You got to practice. And eventually, if it works with you, you'll start doing it, So it says, if you cry out for discernment and lift up your voice for understanding, if you seek her as silver and search for her as hidden treasures, then you will understand the fear of Yahweh and find the knowledge of Yahweh. For the Lord gives wisdom from his mouth, and comes knowledge and understanding. So you understand it, and he gives off wisdom and knowledge, and it makes you smarter, it makes you wiser, And it only applies for those of us that seek Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and that's a form of mercy. The Bible is a form of mercy. So you wouldn't sit there and not understand why God is putting you through all this poverty. You sit there and you understand why Yahweh done put you at the bottom of the barrel, why he made you the weakest, why he keep putting you through trouble, so you can have that understanding why and work your way out of it. And like I tell people, stop asking me questions and read the Bible for yourself. Change yourself, because I can't do nothing to change you. When the time comes and all this trouble and all this shit starts happening, I can't do nothing to save you. Don't look at me to help, because I can't do nothing. If you don't fix yourself, then what the fuck am I gonna do? How am I gonna save you? And you can't. I gotta save myself. I gotta worry about me. And that's what's gonna happen at the end of the day. A lot of people gonna have to understand that. You're going to have to talk to Yahweh about Shem Yahushua. You're going to talk to the Lord about the stuff that you did. You can't come through me and talk and me be the middleman for you. No, there ain't no middleman. It's just you and God. It's period, point blank. And you're going to have to answer him. When it's all said and done and you doing whatever the fuck you want to do and you doing all this evil shit, you're not understanding that you got to pay for that shit at the end. You will answer for your actions, So when you think about it, I'm just glad that I'm not in that position to where, I keep fucking up. I keep making mistakes. I keep going back to smoke weed. I keep always going out. I keep kicking it with the wrong people. I'm constantly misguiding myself. I'm not listening to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. I keep getting into trouble. All this shit is just showing you who the Most High is messing with and who the Most High ain't messing with. Like it said, wisdom and knowledge and understanding shall be the stability of the times and the strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is a treasure. So if you fear Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and you scared of the Lord, that is the beginning of knowledge. That's how you start. And you start listening and you start obeying. And the Most High give you protection. He give you strength. He give you durability. He give you spirituality so you can deal with this damn life. Don't be like the rest of these weak niggas and don't seek Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. This is how you get stronger, especially for us young brothers. This is how we get better. If I wouldn't have turned to Yahawa Shimi Awashai, I wouldn't have had the strength to go to the gym. You know, I wouldn't be doing my push-ups every day. I wouldn't be running all the time. I wouldn't be exercising, you know. I'd probably still be out somewhere smoking weed, overweight by now. Because I feel like it's okay, since I got what I need in life, I can sit down and I can relax. When comfortability can be a danger if it's not controlled. If it's not controlled, it can be a very dangerous thing. That's why you go out. I go outside and I see so many fat niggas and so many blobs and shit, and niggas just walking around with their shirt off because they feel like they got some weight to them. They think they sexy. No, that's not sexy. Take your take your fat ass to the gym, bro. There's a place that can help you lose weight and get into shape. Take your ass to the fucking gym, bro. Don't just take off your shirt and feel like, oh, I'm thick, that's sexy. It's not sexy, bro. That shit ugly, man. I hate seeing that shit, but it gives me more. You know, when you see people in that state, it gives you more of an encouragement. If they couldn't do it, I can do it, you know? So I see guys that's 200-300 pounds, and it's, you know, in the Bible, it tell you that being fat is a curse. Being fat is a curse, bro. Being fat is a curse. And you see these guys, and I'm like, thank goodness that I'm not fat. Thank goodness that God put it on my spirit to go and exercise and take care of myself, and I won't end up like them. And they study people, and they walking around thinking that it's cool to be that big when anything can happen to you when you overweight. You know, bigger is better, but if it's not controlled, you know, it could be a problem, you know? It could be a very, very serious problem. Like, I remember when I was skinny, but skinny is a problem, you know? When you don't have no weight, it's like a representation of you not having no power. So niggas will size you up, you know, and they feel like they can attack you, bully you, threaten you, you know, all kinds of shit. So you gotta be able to, you know, focus and work on yourself. And the bigger you get, the more confidence that you put in yourself. The more weight that you put on, the more you get in shape, the more niggas leave you alone, because now you have the power to shut them up. Now you got the power to threaten them, to bully them. Because the same people that's bullying you, the same niggas that's in your face and threatening you, the same niggas that wanting to or attacking you, they don't want to do that no more, because now you become that predator, you know, in life, you know. And the Most High got for that subject, the Most High got the ecosystem for a reason, you know. And sometimes the prey become predator, you know, and the predator become prey. Everything can be easily flipped. So, you know, when you get to that mode of you becoming strong, that don't mean you abuse it. You become wise and you become better, and you know what you're doing. In a sense, you know, you being that man of God, you can be able to handle it the way you need to handle it, and you wiser and you better and you more understanding, you know. So that right there is a big plus in my life. You know, the bigger I get, the more confidence I feel, the buffer I become, the more stronger I get, the more I'll be able to, if the time comes and I gotta fight niggas and I gotta do battle and shit, I can be able to trust myself, you know, because at a point in time, I didn't trust myself, you know. And the Most High will be able to give you that spirit, put that spirit of battle on you when the time comes. And that's exactly one of the things that I'm achieving, is that strength, that spirit of strength and courage and determination, and to destroy my enemies. That's what it's about, man. You know, destroy my enemies. I don't give a fuck about how people feel. I just want to be at peace and left alone. And me working out and me getting better and me getting much bigger is giving me the confidence that I need, you know, to be able, when the time comes, to deal with these kind of spirits that the Most High send against you, you know, or to deal with these corrupted and these evil people, that when they come, you got to be ready for that shit. You got to be ready for battle. You got to have your mind right. And that's the form of mercy that the Lord has given me, is mine's right now is becoming more and more of a military state of mind. That military state of mind is like more of a program for me. Like, I'm becoming more and more programmed. Get up, work out, you know, get up, work out, go to work, come home, go to sleep, get up, work out, go to work, come home, go to sleep. Get that program in my mind. Go to the gym, lift weights, run, you know, do your push-ups, do 100 a day. Do 30 leg lifts do 15 leg lifts and do 20 to 30 suitcases. You know, get your mind program yourself, and that's one of the keys to becoming a better and even better person. Like how I had to like when I was smoking and all of that, and I was addicted, I was trying to figure out ways to stop this shit, from happening to me. So I would program myself, and it got goofy, like, oh, I'll hit one blunt, I'll hit 2 blunts a day to go down to 1 blunt a day into stopping, even though that shit didn't work. So I had to find a substitute, I had to find a substitute. So I'm all like, okay, what ways to stop doing what I'm doing? What's something else that's gonna get me off of this heavy ass drug that's destroying my life? And when I found out that it was okay to drink, I tried that. And when I started drinking wine, I didn't like it. But when I kept trying it and I kept trying different bottles, I kept trying different things, because one of my main troubles was sleep, and that's everybody's main trouble, because if you don't work out and you don't constantly work and you don't do no movements, sleep can be a trouble, and you ain't doing shit with your life, but I have found a way to deal with that, and I changed it, and it made me better. And I'm like, damn, like, I ain't worried about smoking no more. I done swapped it out with something else, because you know how they be like, a sober life is a good life. Yeah, it is, but you can have a drink or two. Like it say in the Bible, drinking is a part of the law. You are allowed to drink. It's not a sin to do it. It's just a sin to do the other drugs and to smoke weed. It is a sin, but it's not a sin to drink, but if you are over drinker and you are drunk, like it's saying in the Bible, if you drink, like it's saying the Apocrypha, like you get drunk and you become a drunkard, the more you drink and the more destruction that you cause, the more it push away people around you, until one day nobody wants to be bothered with you. Nobody cares. Or it says in the Bible, in the Testament, the Old and the New Testament Bible, it says in this Bible, it says if you see a drunkard, then leave them alone, because they drink to take the edge off themselves. They drink to deal with this world and how fucked up this world can be. But not to say for a fucking violent, evil drunkard, some sort of person that can't control their emotions, and they get drunk and they get angry and they attack people. Them type of people you need to stay away from, Sadly, I'm dealing with that in my life, but, Yahweh got a way of dealing with wicked ass people that don't want to change their life and they don't want to better themselves, They want to come and destroy your shit or play on your feelings, whether they be friends or your family, Don't feel bad for them. Sometimes it's good, get out the way and let Yahweh deal with it. At least he put that curse on you, and through them bearing the curse, you bear the curse, because you choose to care about these people. But these people is putting your ass through hell, man. They putting you through hell. So you got to have that wisdom and knowledge and understanding. Don't feel bad for them. Keep pushing, man. You got to take care of yourself. And that's one of the mercies that the Most High put on me. I want to focus on myself more. I want to take care of myself more, because I'm all that I got. Besides Yahawa Shem Yahushai, I'm all that I got, And I focus on that. So when I see people complaining about their babies, I see women complaining about their kids and their life and how hard it is. Nobody told you to have babies. Nobody told you to go out there and go have kids. And when people told you how bad it was if you had a child unprepared, you didn't fucking listen. You didn't want to listen. So why the fuck should I feel sorry for you when you put that shit on yourself and you didn't give a fuck about the consequences back then? But you care now, now that it's putting weight on you, now that it's taking over your life, you give a fuck now, so you got to be careful what you sign up for, You got to be careful, man. Nobody gave a fuck about that shit. Like how my brother crashed his girlfriend's car. Nobody care about that. You put that on yourself. Nobody cared about it. No, you didn't care about it when you was hopping in her car and you was driving around thinking you was confident, but when you crashed it, now you fucking care, which could be another lesson. You be careful what you sign up for, Be smart too. This is what it says. He stores up sound wisdom for the upright. He is a shield to those who walk uprightly. He guards the path of justice and preserves the way of his saints. Then you will understand righteousness and judgment and justice, equity, in every good path. Right. You make better decisions. make better decisions. What I do in my life, I always promised myself when I was a child that I wouldn't have no kids because of what I went through when I was a kid, and because on my way growing up, I seen a lot of people having kids, and it was fucking parents, boyfriend and girlfriend, damn near killing each other, or a girlfriend or a boyfriend, they abandon their responsibilities because it's too great, but they didn't think about it before they did it, And that's another thing that I keep running into: women with women that got children that are fatherless. They don't got no fathers. They ain't got no figure in their life to motivate them, because after the nigga had the baby, he realized it was too much for him and he quit after he had the child. You can't do that. That's disrespectful, Or the woman, she gave up and she gave the good man all her kids and she went off to go live her life and be with another man, knowing damn well that she got kids with somebody else and she don't want to take care of them, So I always made sure that in my life, I didn't have no fucking kids. Fuck that shit. I don't give a fuck whether it benefits me in the long run. I'm making money off of it or whatever. I'm not about to have no fucking kids, man. Fuck that shit, man. Especially living in the times that we living in. If some trouble kicked off, or like they said, when the society do crumble, which is around these times, now that I'm, the age that I am and these times are happening, I wouldn't want my child to grow up and have a short life and a dark future. Hell no, man. And that's one of the things that you got to focus on, is doing the right thing. I don't want no kids. Nobody told you to have the ugly girlfriend and just bear with it because you desperate. Now you don't want to be with her. And despite what she looked like, she truly care about you. But you see another man with better. So now that you want better, you should have wanted better. You should have wanted better, before you even got with her. You should have been by yourself. You shouldn't let the loneliness get to you to where it's crushing you and you don't know what to do, and you doing shit out of desperation, make the good decision, even if the good looking bitch ain't shit, that's what you want. That's what you want. That's what I'm saying in general, making better decisions for yourself. You don't want to do something and your heart ain't in it, Don't be like that. Don't be like that. Be smarter than that. Be better than these motherfuckers that's making the wrong decisions and they realizing that it's wrong and they want to do over when it's no way to run. It's nowhere to run. It's nowhere to hide. It's nothing to do. You got to be able to be a man and focus on that and deal with that shit on your own, bro. You can't just be running out on motherfuckers and ditching motherfuckers and they time in need, or you can't create a problem and you can't deal with it. And that's the form of yahawa Shem Yahushua. That's that mercy that I'm talking about. He'll put it in your mind to do the right thing, man. Like, you know what? That's not right. I don't want to have no kids and I'm not ready for it. And something happens to where I'm not feeling it, and I got kids and it's ruining my life financially. I can't focus on what I need to focus on because I got to take care of my babies. And, me and my girlfriend, we having a fallout because we thought that we would be together and that it was the right thing to do, and it wasn't, So, or maybe smoking ain't a good idea. It's taking up all my money. It's all that I ever think about, and the addiction is a killer, and I can end up homeless, or I'm always going to be short on rent, or I'm not going to be able to afford the things that I got to afford because I want to get high. Maybe getting high ain't a good idea, It's not a good idea, bro. It's not good at all, period. If I could go back to my past self, and that would be the main thing I would tell my past self: don't smoke. Whatever you do, don't smoke. You can drink, but don't smoke. But we all got to go through shit in order to become the people that we are today. So maybe if I didn't smoke and I started drinking, I would be a drunk because I would be abused on that and it would already be whacked out, And I drink regular. I drink rarely, I don't even focus on that, But when I want to drink, it's there. It never gets old. It's something that I can enjoy when I want it, not it being burned out. And I'm so focused on, trying to quit drinking that this is all that I do, And you got motherfuckers saying, oh, when they know about the Lord, oh, Yahweh said it's okay for me to get drunk. It's okay for me to be a drunk. No, the fuck it ain't. He told you you need to control that shit. It's not okay for you to fucking over drink and to be a problem in somebody's life, So you got to really take that shit into thought about what you do and how you do it. And I just thank Yahawa Shem Yahushua that I chose the right path, Before it was all said and done, or if this world prolonged and I hit my 30s and my 40s and shit, you know, even though it's not gonna last that long, I'm just happy that I made the decision to quit and I didn't want to do it no more. You know, and that's what it's all about. The Most High loving his people and them coming back and getting that. Because the Most High can take weight off your back. You know, you carrying all this baggage and all of that. You know, and it's funny because nobody can see the baggage but you. Until you finally realize that you're carrying nothing. And you can finally get up and let all that shit go. That's what it's about, man. Nobody can see the baggage but you, but it's all in your head, you know. And for those of us that aren't too far gone, you know, the Most High can help us. And make us do better and allow us to take an alternate route, you know? You don't ever want to be the example, a bad example. Don't do that. Whatever you do, don't be no bad example. You don't want the Most High to make you into a bad example. Be a good example. Be, you know, a symbol of what it's like when you worship Yahawa Shem Yahushua and you become a better man. Do that. Don't be no wicked person and be a bad example for everybody, because like I've been saying to everybody, if you give good, you get good. If you give evil, you get evil. The Most High is like that, you know? So if you do evil, then the Most High is going to pay you in that. If you do good, the Most High is going to pay you a good. That's right. It says when wisdom enters your heart and knowledge is pleasant to your ears, it says discretion will preserve you, understanding will keep you. Those are forms of mercy to deliver you from the way of evil, from the man who speaks perverse things, from those who leave the path of uprightness, to walk in ways of darkness, who rejoice in doing evil and delight in perversity of the wicked, whose ways are crooked and who are devious in their paths, to deliver you from the immoral woman, from the seductress who flatters with her words, who forsakes her companion of her youth, and forgets the covenant of her God. For her house leads down to death, and her paths to the dead. No, none who would go to her return, nor do they regain the paths of life. So you may walk in goodness and to keep the paths of righteousness. For the upright will dwell in the land, and the blameless will remain in it. It says, but the wicked will be cut off from the earth, and the unfaithful will be uprooted from it. So right there is a heavy hitter, you know, because the Most High say those people that are doing evil, they're not going to have a good life. They're not going to have a good future. And in time, the Most High is going to remove them. This book, fuck it. In time, the Most High is gonna remove them, you know, and He gonna take everything that He gave them away, you know. So, you know, like for all these brothers that's doing drugs and gang banging and robbing and stealing and killing and or destroying their own people with the things that they do, you know, they're not gonna have it good, man. They're not gonna have it good. Just because you see them and they on top is for a short moment. It's not gonna last forever. The moment you take your mind off them, the moment you stop worrying about them, that's when some shit happened to them. You know, and it's they just deserve. Don't feel bad when the Lord is catching up with these people, man. Don't feel bad. Use it as an example to stay the fuck out of the way. Like, you know what? Dog. I ain't feeling that shit, man. You see what happened to bro when he tried that shit. I'm not gonna try that shit. I'm gonna just keep working, keep stacking my money, and do what the fuck I gotta do. I'm not gonna go and rob nobody and kill nobody and take it from them, you know? I'm gonna do the right thing, you know? And the Lord, He will provide and He will direct my paths, man. He will direct me into the right path, and I ain't gotta do half the shit that these niggas is doing to stay afloat, man. You ain't gotta do that, man. So, you know, focus on that and becoming a better fucking person, dog. Like, it ain't even all that cracked up to be. It's actually pretty easy when you put practice into it. Practice makes perfect. And that's exactly what you need to strive for when it's all said and done at the end. Strive for that. Practice makes perfect. You become a better person, but you can't do it unless you try. You gotta try, you know? And it goes from day 1, day 2, day 3, Day 4, don't quit because you just started. It's better of an end of a thing than the beginning. Of course, it's going to be hard in the beginning, but it's going to be easy in the end. Like I said, especially for people that just started in working out, like a 300-pound person that just started working out, and he on day 1, and the workout is whooping his ass. The workout is whooping his ass, and he feel the fat burning, and he on fire. And after it's all said and done, it's just day 1. That's your first day, bro. You know, and he want to quit already. Like, oh, you want to quit already, and you just started. The trick is to commit yourself, you know. Don't focus on the days. Focus on your improvement. And that's exactly what I used to do when I first started eating and working out. I focused on my improvement. You know, like, you know, look, like, at least I got through this day. At least I got through this week. At least I got through this month, and I have not given up. And I have not failed myself and kept my word and what I was doing, you know. And that's exactly what the Lord wants from us, to keep our word, to keep our promise. Go out to the highways and byways, you know, put in the work to the best that you can, you know, and keep your end of the bargain. That's what you got to do. It's not that difficult. Only thing that I regret is me not being from a group, you know. I wish I was a part of a group, but it's okay. You know, I don't want to promise nothing that I can't keep, and I'm going to be honest with that, you know, so that's just what it is. But, you know, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, you know, keep that shit going gradually, especially if you're out on the highways and byways. It ain't like people can't see you. It ain't like nobody is not listening. It's just that they don't care, but they will care when all the shit hit the fan, when these times do come and they really hit hard. Because right now it's light, but it's, you know, a year or two from now it's going to really hit, you know, so it's best to be prepared for it. And then when the shit do go down, you can be like, hey, I got prepared for it. Yahawa Shem Yahushua prepared me for it. I got my works. I'm fine. I don't know about the rest of y'all. Whether it be sad or not, hey, that's on y'all, dog. I didn't turn my back, and I didn't ignore Yahawa Shem Yahushua. When he called, I answered, and I kept doing it to the best that I could. You know, and the Most High may have mercy on you and exclude you from judgment. You know, so but it's not to say for the rest of everybody else that's not doing what they got to do, or they not changing. Some, like, especially for the women, all they got to do is change and pray to Yahawa Shem Yahushua and read the Bible. That's all they got to do. For the men, they got to change, go to the highways and byways, read the Bible, listen to the prophets, man. I mean, it's not that hard. It's not that hard for both sides. You know, it's a little bit more harder for the men because we the reason why we here. But at the same time, it's like, okay, it's not that bad. It's actually pretty simple. You know, and I thank Yahawa Shem Yahushua for the mercy that he put on me. That, you know, for me in my personal life, all I got to do is worry about my car. You know, I ain't got no kids. I ain't got no annoying woman that's on my head because I don't know how to navigate in between these women, and I'm not trained right. You know, I'm not being bothered. You know, I can have friends whenever I want. I could go out whenever I want. I got responsibility. You know, the Most High established priorities within me. He making me a stronger man every day. And I'm happy as hell to see myself better, you know, and becoming better and becoming stronger, you know. And when the time do come for me to go out and go have fun and do what I got to do, I can enjoy myself because I don't go out and I don't do shit. I stay inside the house all day. But when I tried to get out, it didn't work, you know. But now when I do it, I know how to do it, you know. Keep people out of my damn business and do whatever I want to do, you know. But I know how to do it right. I know how to walk right, you know. Don't abuse it too much, you know. But, you know, get out and do what you got to do. You a man. And at the end of the day, I thank Yahawa Shem Yahushua that I'm not, that he's showing me some sort of favor and I'm not a part of that crowd no more. That's just fucking up and taking things for granted and juggling shit like they juggling fireballs. They're not understanding how fast they moving, and they're not giving themselves no breath or no time to relax. They just moving through life, and it's destroying them, you know? You want to be able to plan things and take it one day at a fucking time. Don't ever rush yourself. Take your time. You have time, you know? However much time they may be. Just don't pick the last moment to change and to try and do better. Because you've noticed in certain people's lives, the day that they tried to change and do better, that's when the Most High got rid of them, you know? Like a bad person, like, oh, I'm going to stop gangbanging today. And then later on that day, they get caught in a drive-by and they taken, just like that, you know? You should have did it before. Don't do it at the last minute. You don't know when it's your time to go. You don't know how Yahawa Shem Yahushua may feel about you. You don't know when your day of judgment or your name got called. You don't know that, but because you don't study and you're not aware of it. You know, so you need to be aware of this shit, knowing that this shit is real, and be circumspect within your life, man. Have a whole 360 degrees of wisdom. Like Yahawa the Mac say, pay attention to everything, dog. Don't be blind, don't be stupid, and don't have tunnel vision. Don't have that. Don't just be focused on something else to where you're not paying attention to the other thing. Don't have that. That'll get you caught the fuck up, you know? But stay circumspect, stay strong, get better, man. And remember, your life ain't they life. Y'all life ain't conjoined. Your life is your life. If you got it good, keep it like that. And that's the form of mercy that the Most High, that I remind myself, I know that I got it good, I'm fine. The Most High took a lot of things off of me that was destroying me. A lot of shit I don't have on me no more. You know, and I see other people in their life and they suffering and they going through shit, and the shit that they got on them, the Lord won't take it off of them. He won't take it off of them. And I'm like, damn, like that shit detrimental, because it's hindering them from the change that they need, you know? And it may be that the Most High don't want them to change. It might be that the Lord want them to stay the way they are and to just be what they are. And, you know, the Most High may not want them, you know? And that's just what it is. They don't want to pray. They don't want to give it to the Lord. And some of them do pray, but they don't mean it in their heart. They're not applying it to their action. So why would the Lord listen to you and you not even fucking trying? Amen to that. Why would he listen to you and you don't even try? You don't even give it a shot. You don't even want to change. You don't want to do better. You know? You're afraid, you know? You worried about this, you worried about that. You're just not doing it. Or you jumped into those problems, but you won't jump into your change, you know? You know, we all fall down and, you know, get up again. That's what it's all about. Falling down, getting up again, and making a better change and bettering yourself. And learning from your mistakes. Learn from that shit, man. And I'm about to get ready to close out, you know? But stay sober, stay vigilant, for your adversary, the devil, walketh about like a lion seeking who he may devour. You don't want to be the next person that the Most High decides to devour. You know, so you want to be whole. And if anything, the good Lord allowed you to keep your life, man. Keep that shit in mind. Always keep that in mind. At least I got my life. And that's what I'm thankful for too. I'm alive. I'm kicking. I'm getting better. I'm trying to focus on eating healthy and all that, you know. I'm here, man, and I'm seeing the last days unravel before my eyes. I'm trying to put in my work so I can make sure that my calling election is short to the best that I can. And I love Yahawa Shem Yahushai, and I don't want him to leave my life. I want to stay with me forever and ever. Because if it were not for him, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. And I wouldn't be so light. Travel lightly. You know, when you're dealing in this life, travel lightly. Don't have too much shit on your back. And don't put too much shit on your back. Be light. Be light-footed. Know how to move, you know? Be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. I like saying that one too. Be smart. Be slick, you know? Stay fly. Don't let nothing pull you down. You feel me? I'm about to get ready to close out, but, you know, words are encouraging, especially for you brothers out there that feel like, you know, shit is miserable, that feel like shit is just straight hell, man. You got to always remind yourself that Yahawa Shem Yahushai is there. And if you in the position that I'm in, you know, I'm just thankful for everything that I got, and I thank Yahawa Shem Yahushai for taking care of me, and that I'm not like everybody else. I'm not like them. I'm not doing all that bad, and the only thing left after I finish fixing my car is fix my damn teeth. But that ain't bad, you know, rather than me taking care of 3-4 kids and me dealing with a vicious baby mama and a girlfriend, you know, and dealing with car troubles and dealing with rent and car notes and insurance. Insurance, you know, and trying to keep a roof over my head, and then I gotta work another job and an extra job, feed kids, don't have nothing of my own. The Most High could put so much shit on your back, it can break, you know, and I see that in a lot of my brothers and sisters' lives, man. You know, but they don't have Yahawa Shem Yahushai with them, because if the Lord was with them, he would be, like he said, the ones that could be chosen, no, the ones that are chosen they were made before the earth was created, you know. So the Most High, he got you when you young, the Most High is working on you. So when you get older, you can know that you made the right decision. The Most High was working on you at an early age, you know, because now, you know, you see the result of who the Most High is working with and who not. He been in their life for a long time. Even when you was calling him the wrong name, he was still there, you know. So when you got that wisdom and you got that understanding, it's like, damn, I thank Yahawa Shem Yahushai that he had mercy on me. And with that, calling Yahawa Shem Yahushai, Bashim Kakwadash, just wanted to come out here again and give my praises to Yahawa Shem Yahushai in the name of Yahushai. Hey, much double honors to Great Millstone, you feel me? Shout out to Yahawa the Mac. I'm about to get out here and resume my training, you know. Stay forged in the fire. Be strong. You know, we'll be out of here soon. These times is real. get your act together, get with Yahawa Shem Yahushua before you can't get with him no more. And with that, I'm about to be out, man. Much love to Israel, much love to you guys. And, you know, just make sure that you make your call and election sure, and the Most High got mercy on you. And do the right thing, man. Don't be like everybody else and do the wrong thing.